Welcome to part 3 of our study of Christ's Sermon on the Mount, the greatest and most earth-shattering sermon of all time, the message that God waited to give in person. The title of today's message is Radical Faith, because Christ's message is so countercultural and counterintuitive, and it flies in the face of the way we normally think. We live in a world where might makes right. The spoils go to the victor, or history is written by the winners. We all hear these things. We all know these things. They're ingrained in who we are. Or we think in terms of popularity contests. Who's the popular kid at school, or who's the popular person in the workplace? Even the election for the president of the United States is like this massive, huge popularity contest. And Jesus has no time for any of it. He tells us that the meek will inherit the earth. And that makes no sense to us. In fact, I think it offends us. Meek people don't defeat their foes. They don't win popularity contests. God sees things radically different than we do, and he calls us to see things his way. Let's look at Matthew chapter 5, 3 through 5. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Why are the meek blessed? What is it about being meek that makes you lucky, or happy, or blessed in God's eyes? First off, being poor or sick or small doesn't necessarily make you meek. But being rich might make it harder to be meek. Being stepped on, used, abused, pushed around doesn't make you meek. There are plenty of angry, bitter people in the world that the world is chewed up and spit out. A meek person is gentle, cares about blessing others, submits to God, and isn't consumed with justifying themselves, demanding things for themselves, or aggrandizing themselves. A meek man or woman is able to extend and receive forgiveness because pride doesn't hold them back. The reason these folks are blessed is because they will inherit the earth. That language is about total victory. Christ isn't talking in half measures. That's the future destiny of those who understand they are spiritually bankrupt, mourn their sin, hunger for righteousness, and are humble enough to accept the will of God. Jesus is telling them that they will win. Everything will work out for them. God sees and God will bless. This is radical faith, and it aims to destroy human-made religion that bolsters our pride and our self-righteousness. And we don't like that. Because deep down inside, I think all of us, we've bought into the world's mindset. Those who enforce their will, impose their will on others are the winners. The meek, we don't even like that word. We don't want to be called meek by anyone. We need to ask ourselves, how does pride manifest itself in my heart? What could keep me from God? Or how about my tribe of choice, the people I identify with, the crowd I hang out with? What is it in us that might cause God not to view us as humble? But what if he sees my tribe, my crowd, my group as self-righteous and arrogant? Is my nation marked by an ability to see and mourn our sins? Would God or anyone else call us a meek people? What if, hypothetically, wealth and power make it harder to enter into heaven? I think I heard that somewhere before. What if wealth and power made it difficult to have a true relationship with the living God? I don't have this kind of radical faith all the time. But I think Jesus is right. I believe it. And I know the world needs this message now more than ever before. The planet is a dangerous place. Tensions are high. Frustration and despair are everywhere. The thin veneer of civilization is showing cracks, and only dark and dangerous things lurk below. On that mountainside, 2 millennia ago, God extended the hand of peace to us, the way out of our insanity, the path to goodness and beauty, but it starts with understanding we are spiritually broken. We need to mourn the fact of our profound brokenness, and we need to be meek enough to ask for and receive the grace of God. Thank you for watching, my friends. Be blessed.